Hey guys, it's Alyssa from Alyssa's Bake Shop, and today I'm going to show you the 4th of July dessert table that I made. I really went all out there with this dessert table, and I made multiple different flavors in order to try to appeal to all of my family and my friends. I first started with the cupcakes. I did chocolate, vanilla, and lemon. I wanted to really try to appeal to everyone's taste, which is really difficult, let me tell you that. So then, while those were baking, I had already made cookie dough from the night before, and then this was thawing out, and I was able to roll it out. I only did stars because I was already doing so much. I didn't want to do multiple shapes. And in this video, I'm not really going to show you too much of the actual baking part. This is more focused on the decorating. But here, that was the batter for these brownie soft chewy cookies, which are really good and flaky. And I hope to post a recipe for that on my blog soon. Overall, I made a vanilla cake, a chocolate cake, vanilla, chocolate, and lemon cupcakes, sugar cookies, and brownie cookies. And we're going to turn some of this into cake pops too. The next thing I did was I wanted to start working on those cake pops. So I decided to do flavors for all of the ones that I made actually. So I did chocolate, vanilla, and lemon. I have a video on how to make and store cake pops if you're interested. And I actually took some of the footage from this long video and I broke it down into just kind of more detailed information about the different desserts. So you'll probably see those be posted soon. Then after I rolled those out, I went in and I started to work on the lemon and the vanilla cake pops because I had 3 designs that I really wanted to try, and hindsight, this was a lot to do. Cake pops are not my strongest thing that I can make, and it took a little bit more time because of that. Even though this video is condensed into about 9 minutes, it's because I've sped it up almost 300 to 400%, and it took me about 3 days to do all of this stuff because I was doing it by myself, and I also do have a full-time job as well. So when it comes to doing dessert tables, it is really a challenge, and I recommend if you're going to do a big dessert table, you have got to plan it out ahead of time because there's so many ways that you can save yourself the time and the energy. By the 3rd day, I was really frustrated because I just didn't know if I liked how everything came together, but I had put in so much work that by the time I stepped back, I was just too exhausted to even really see everything that I had done. But now looking at the footage, I am happy with what I did, and I did do some new designs that I wanted to try. These are the vanilla cake pops, and the last cake pops that you saw me do, those were the lemon, and then I decided to finish up with chocolate. And I actually really love s'mores. My whole family loves s'mores, and it's just a really nice kind of summer flavor. So I decided to do chocolate cake, and then I mixed that chocolate cake with chocolate ganache. And then after that, I decided to add on some white chocolate icing to decorate the top, a graham cracker, and a marshmallow. And I think I'm going to actually break this down into a separate little video just because I feel like some people just want to see very quick, short videos versus something that's very long and detailed. So it is actually kind of fun to edit this video for you guys, and it just makes me think about all the work that I put in and how much home bakers do, especially if you sell your home baking, and just how much time we put into this stuff. I really wanted everything to be sort of festive, even though it didn't really turn out that way. But these brownie cookies, I thought that it would be really easy to just do a drizzle. So I melted some red, white, and blue candy melts, and then I just did a drizzle on one half of the cookie, and then I added some red, white, and blue sprinkles. A quick personal story here. When I've done dessert tables in the past for people, I've actually requested off a day of work in order to get it all done. And I know to some of you that might sound crazy, but this is a really big passion of mine. I love baking. It brings me so much joy, and I really hope one day I can find a way for it to support me full time. So I would always say yes to a dessert table. Now that I don't really do the home baking business anymore, I just do things here and there for family and friends. It's really something that I've been missing. So I was really happy to make this video. I wanted to also include a cake for the dessert table. I just feel like when it comes to a dessert table, the cake is really the star of the show, and the other desserts are just kind of around the cake. Of course, you don't have to have a cake, but it's just something that I felt that I had to do. So Even though I was a bit overwhelmed already, I wanted to keep it simple. I just did a vanilla cake with vanilla buttercream. I used American buttercream, but I wanted to do a different decorating technique, which is to roll the cake in sprinkles. This was so much fun. I love doing this. I would honestly make sprinkle cakes all the time if that's what people wanted, because the sprinkles themselves, they were really crunchy and they're really fresh, and they added just a good texture to the cake. For the s'mores cake pops, I wanted to do some kind of like playful type of design, especially because I thought it would be really cute for the kids to like it. So I just put white chocolate to make it kind of look like marshmallow was dripping, although I don't really know if that's how it kind of came across. But either way, they tasted good. And then I added a graham cracker and a marshmallow. I kept going back and forth in my head. Maybe I should torch them, maybe I should give them that burnt marshmallow look. But I know that everyone is kind of specific about how dark they like their marshmallow to be burnt, so I decided to skip that and I just kept them like this. The next day, I moved on to the sugar cookies and I decided that I wanted to marble them. Now, I don't really do this design very often, but it's actually really fun and really easy. It saves your hand the cramping and it floods your cookie like in 20 seconds. And it's just, you got to be a little careful because sometimes the icing runs off the cookie and then it doesn't always look as clean. But I wasn't really concerned with that for this table because it was just my family and friends who were eating it. If it was a customer, I'll probably definitely be a little bit more careful. But the marbling technique is definitely something that I have to do more often because I just like how each cookie looks very different. Of course, I added some edible glitter to my cookies, and I say of course because I love glitter. I really, really do, and I try to use it in a lot of things, and I know that I can overuse it, so I only added glitter to one dessert, and I decided that it would be the sugar cookies. Since the whole theme is fireworks and celebrating, I felt that the glitter it was okay, it was appropriate here. And then I moved on to the cupcakes. This was the last dessert that I had to do. So I used this tool in order to just core the center of the cupcakes, but you could definitely use your thumb or you could even use the end of a spoon. It's just easier a little bit to use this tool. Filling up cupcakes like this is actually really relaxing to me. I wish that I could do this all day. So what I did was I added marshmallow fluff to the chocolate cupcakes and lemon curd to the lemon cupcakes. I made a graham cracker American buttercream and I put this on the s'mores cupcakes. And then I just did a vanilla buttercream that I put on the lemon cupcakes. Unfortunately, I did run out with some of the buttercream and I was really afraid that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen because I really decorated the top of them with more than I thought I was going to. I just wanted them to be very high in order to have enough space to fill the lemon curd in the center. So I wound up just adding some of that graham cracker buttercream to the lemon ones, and they actually turned out really good. And then after that, I went ahead and added some chocolate ganache into the center of the s'mores cupcakes. And then I added some lemon curd into the center of the lemon cupcakes. I hope I'm not confusing anyone. I just was working on both of them at the same time because I was really tired at this point. I think it was about 11 or 12 at night. And then I added some graham crackers, and then I finished by adding some lemon zest. Overall, I had 2 different types of cookies, 3 different types of cake pops, 2 different types of cupcakes, and a vanilla cake. I was really happy with the variety and it was fun to set it up. This wasn't the final setup, but it was like midnight and I had to go to bed and I just needed to see everything laid out. Every time I finish doing a dessert table, I always say never again. I'm never going to do it again. And then what happens? I do it again. But since I'm not really doing this for money anymore, it is a bit more relaxing because I have more control over what I want to make and how it looks. So I will see you guys next time, maybe with another dessert table, but thanks for watching.